live, and I've called this one Heart Power because we're going to be thinking about the electromagnetic generator that the heart is, and we're also going to be touching base with the heart as we think about people who need our love and our healing today. I'm going to just wait for a few people to arrive, and then I plan to just oh, hello, got some people live. Let me just refresh. Let me refresh. And then I'll be able to see your comments this week. Last week I wasn't prepared, didn't have it. Here I am. Okay, let me just see if that's working. I think I'm live. Good morning, I am live. Don't know why it's not letting me see. I do apologise. This is going to be one of those where the playback is really annoying. So what I'll do is I will just give the timestamps. It's not letting me see. That's annoying. Why isn't it letting me see? Bear with. I'm going to get it on here. It's the first time I've used a laptop, and what I want to do is make sure that I can see your comments today, so I'm just going to get it on a laptop instead. Here we go. This is awkward. For some reason it's saying waiting and it's not letting me see on my iPad, on my laptop. But I'm here now. I'm here now and I can see you. I'll know in future I can't use that. Good morning, Julie. I'll put that up there. Good morning, Carolina. Good morning, Paul. Well, I don't know if it's good morning. It's good afternoon for me. Let me just turn down the sound on that. This is so unprofessional. And then I can see Lynn, hi, he's just arrived. Noelle, lovely to see you. Okay, better late than never. I know that was a bit of fussing unnecessarily. Only 3 minutes past, not too bad. So the sound is okay, I'm hoping. And I'm going to start by lighting a candle, because I said we're going to think about the heart and do some healing together and just talk about what's happening in our lives and what's happening in the week, in the world, and just where we need healing. So here we go. This candle in particular, thinking of people who are grieving this week, people who are suffering awful, horrendous conditions, things we can't even imagine with the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. And, you know, it just breaks your heart, doesn't it? Seeing that raw emotion and fear and knowing that that could be you. You know, it could be any of us experiencing sudden, unexpected, just catastrophe, turning your world upside down. And we all grieve in the same way for loved ones. So I want to think especially of those people. Let me know if you have anything. Greetings, Lynn. Any prayer requests, healing requests, because when we go into this field of oneness we all receive, but just through attention we also can open that heart space for whoever is needing it. My fingers are already tingling. So I saw this image, you know, on the news, and it was a man that was brought out of the rubble just yesterday, but that was 4 days after the earthquake, and you know that they didn't hold out much hope of bringing out people alive after all that time. And he was on a stretcher, and he must have been so weak, but he managed to just raise his hand, and then he put his hand onto his heart like that, as though, you know, just powerful to be alive. And so that's what we're going to do today, touch base with our hearts. Whatever else is happening in your life, just to reconnect with what is real and what is just what really matters. That we have this privilege of being alive, and sometimes it's when things are threatened to the point of I might not be here anymore that we realise how valuable it is. And it was powerful watching him do that. I've got my Jesus here. I've shown this before on the channel. Can you see him showing the heart? I'm not Catholic. I do like this. It's beautiful. I just think it's so lovely. But I am aware that somebody who was maybe ex-Catholic, it might traumatise you, me bringing out Catholic icons, I don't know. But my point is, I have no associations other than that Jesus is showing the heart. He's saying, this is what's most important. And I think that's lovely. I might just put that there today. Still going to be in shot, isn't he? Yeah, I'll leave that there. Still bringing people out, amazing stories. They've got women that have given birth with their newborn babies being brought out. It's incredible, some of the stories. But of course, a lot of people feeling that rawness of loss. So we will be thinking of them. And about the heart, I saw, I don't know if any of you know about Heartmath. It's new to me, but there is this thing where they look at the heart as an organ, and you can actually have these electrical, whatever. I think you can get like a Bluetooth app thing about it, and it tests your heart rate and your blood pressure and everything in relation to what you're doing, your activities, and how your mind is, and really scientifically showing that when we are just at rest, we're using present moments, mindfulness practices, when we're in nature and we're doing things that relax us, and also in the thoughts that we're having, it really affects our heart. And they can chart it and see it, and that's just quite incredible. And I thought this was lovely just to read a little bit from this, that the heart is an electrical component about 60 times greater, and an electromagnetic energy field 5,000 times greater than the brain's. Isn't that amazing? The heart has a significant influence on the body down to a cellular level. The brain's rhythms, along with the respiratory and blood pressure rhythms, entrain with the heart's rhythm. This is an optimal state for human functioning. It's interesting that it's electrical, because we sometimes say, don't we, that we feel the reconnective healing frequencies in an electrical way. Yeah, and obviously that's something that's in the quantum. It says that the heart's energy is said to reach about 3 feet out of the physical body, about 3 feet out of around your body, and can be detected in another person sitting nearby via an electrocardiogram, ECG. And then it asks, this is an article from Psychology Today, can you bring to mind someone who, without even speaking a word, makes you feel light just by being in their presence? Have you ever been told that you have such a positive energy around you? The potential of how far our heart's electromagnetic energy field can reach continues to be studied as technology plays catch up. Oh, we know the reach of the heart, and we're going to demonstrate that today as we touch base with our hearts. Maybe something that you can do is just place your own hand now on your heart. I invite you to do that. And just bring to mind those people whose hearts are aching physically, literally. You feel it like a physical ache when you're going through trauma or when you're experiencing sudden loss. And so we touch base at a human level with anyone feeling pain right now. And just ask that they know at some deeper level, a unifying ground of all being that is love, that reconnects us all, that unites us. And may their needs be met in a practical way, but in every way. You know, there was one lady they were volunteering to come for the journalists that were there. They wanted to be on the news and to communicate with people in the world and saying we need help. But one lady said, we need help physically, socially, but she said psychologically. And I just thought about the psyche being the soul. And so that's what we can do. We can plug in. We can, charge up that battery that is felt at the soul level and at the soul that we all share as we hold those parts of ourselves that are suffering right now, those fragmented parts, and heal. And there's good things to celebrate in the way that the world has responded. Ukraine, no matter what it's going through, has actually sent aid. It's just remarkable what people can do when, when you strip all the other stuff away and you go down to what's real. So touching your heart and just how good that feels, doesn't it? So you can stay like that, or just hold your hands out as we move now into Reconnective Healing. Hi, Janet. No, it doesn't matter that you're late, Janet. I was fussing a bit at the beginning. Hopefully not for too long. Lovely to see you here. And I do know that a lot of people watch on playback, so hello to everyone who's joining at a later time, because it is a convenient time for me in the UK, but I know people at other parts in the world, they're just getting up and going to work now in the US, so you will be joining, perhaps watching later. But let's now just focus on receiving and holding in our minds and hearts all those who need to receive today. And I'm going to start the healing. I'm going to just mute my mic, just so you're not picking up all the traffic noise or anything else. And and then I'll turn it back on later when we come together again. Okay. I was aware all through the healing time that smoking and the smoke was coming up. I don't know if that caught on camera. You can see it now, can't you? Yeah. The living flame dancing. And I hope you felt the heat of the love that we share and that we touch base with then. One thing that I've noticed when I'm doing the editing is that I never really time the healing, but it usually comes out around 7 minutes, quite naturally. I never even know what time it is, and it's as though there is just this, it naturally comes to a close at 7 minutes, so 7 might be a sort of significant number for some of you. Let me know if it is. I believe it's my numerology number. And I think it was, if I remember rightly, I think it was George Harrison's favourite number as well. I'll have to look up what the meaning of it, whether it's an angelic number. I hope you felt something of the frequencies, the energies. And I will just ask if you can like. I did see someone's put a like on. Please all do it, those of you who are here. See, because I can see that how many of you are watching. So if you put a like on, then I know that YouTube, and I never ask these things, I forget to ask and think about them, but it just means that YouTube will push it out further. And we all need this love, but also this teaching, this knowing that this ground of all being is one that we share and that we're never alone, and how much we need that message in our world today, our broken world. Let me see what you're saying. Bless you, Noel, that's a lovely thing to say. It was so strong, good, and I could feel all those people. Yeah, we were taking on board. This one really helped, I'm sure. Yeah. The teaching that we go within. Oh, I've forgotten to bring something I meant to bring. Oh, that's annoying. I'll talk about it on the next video that I upload. About going within and about doing the healing there and it affecting others. And there's a little part of you that feels so helpless when big things happen that we feel powerless against. And, we almost think that we're being selfish or putting our head in the sand if we go away and do a spiritual practice. But, the world needs healing. All that we're learning about the noosphere and the planet itself is groaning. When we get these earthquakes and so on, it's just compassion for the world. The soul of the world itself needs healing. But when we do this work, we can't imagine this inner work. We don't know. And I think that the angels, those who are looking on, just want to encourage us to keep going with it, because our love really is a light. It does shine a light. And people desperately need that light. Christina, lovely to see you. And Shelley, thank you for being here. Yeah, what I was going to say is that I am going to, I want to do 40 days leading up to Lent. Lent starts really early this year, really early. I think it's the 22nd of February, so it's not far away. And I'm going to do the 40 days of Ho'oponopono. So I'm now revisiting Ho'oponopono in my own practice and just, going through looking at the book, because I will be working through those 40 days of Ho'oponopono. I won't necessarily be live every day. I haven't quite decided how I'm going to do it. If I am coming on, I'll come on in some form every day so that we're doing it together. Those of you who want to come on board and join me for the Lent journey, but Lent with a difference, because it's 40 days of Ho'oponopono, so it's introducing the practice to those to whom it's new, but also for some of us who know of it just committing to the discipline of doing something every day. And maybe the 7-minute thing is something. Maybe that's telling us 7 minutes to sit in the power, doing the practice for 7 minutes a day. And as I say, I won't necessarily be going live every day, but maybe every other day, and using the community tab just to keep in touch with you, going through the book. And I'd love it if you could join me with that. I know some of you have the book, but I'll just put it on the, if you want to get a hold of a copy of it, because it's a journal, so you can actually journal your way through it. And that would be really nice, because I missed it last year. I started writing it late, toward the end, about the 20th or something. It was actually 3 days after Dr. Hugh Len died. I didn't know at the time. When I went on to check how to spell his name, I saw that he'd passed just 3 days earlier. And that's how I remember the date. But I didn't get it. I did write it in time, but I wasn't familiar with the Amazon Kindle process, and I kept having to re-upload the spine and the formatting of it. So I kind of missed the beginning of Lent last year. So I'm determined to do it from the beginning this year. Yeah, I love the 40 days idea. Good. Yeah. And it'd be great if you bought the book. Of course, some of you already have it. If you don't have it, still join the practice. That would be a really nice thing to do. Okay, so I'm going to not keep you too much longer. What are we on? 26 minutes. Yeah. It's about the right time, because I know that people are short on time. If you watch back later, I hope you felt something of our love, of the frequencies, and that you feel very connected, both in your own heart to your inner, deeper self, but also to this lovely community. And I value every one of you. So I'll say goodbye for now. God bless. Have a lovely weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday for the teaching upload. More about soul. Okay. All my love. Bye-bye. God bless. Thanks for joining me.